Hey Yetis, September 17th. Here we go for a video update or video newsletter for this week. Some important information coming up and some important dates to keep in mind. So let's get started. As always, here we are. My contact information, my cell phone number. Please use it. Let me know if there's anything I can do to make your experience great. We say it a lot. We're not perfect, but we aspire to be. And if there's any way that we can be better for your child, we want to implement whatever we can to help. So uh, we welcome your feedback. Okay, so let's start off with some celebrations. Oh my gosh, our A Basin Day was amazing. We saw risk taking and team building, and general just awesomeness from our kiddos. So what a cool thing to do! And huge thanks to Melissa and to Kendall who came out and were our parent representatives and ran the shade tent and made sure that everybody was taken care of. So huge thank you to you. Our senior sunrise, what an amazing first event. We have never done it before, but we were able to get a bunch of our seniors out there with the staff. We went out in the dark this morning and we watched that sun come up together and really reflected on the goals of our year. And, I think got set on the right path for success. So, what a cool experience. And then, now that orientation's over, we are rocking through our classes. So this was our seventh grade science students exploring the internal workings of a cell and through virtual reality today. So what a neat opportunity for those kiddos. And all classes are rolling at this point in time, and grades are coming in, and they're looking really good, and attendance looks great. So, we're on the right track. So let's keep it up, Yetis. Okay. Oh, one more celebration. We have 8 students who are in concurrent enrollment right now, taking a total of 46 college credits just here in the first semester. So we're really excited for those students. We're really excited to support those students as a bridge between their high school careers and their introduction into their college years. Okay, so let's talk about upcoming events and important dates next. So, important dates that we want to pay attention to 1 week from today, September 24th, will be the Snowy Peaks Challenge Hike at Quandary Mountain in Blue River again. I'll present a little more information on the next slide on that. But please block off next Thursday and make sure you make a note that that's going to be a big day for us. And we will spend the day at Quandary Mountain. We will not be at the school. September 25th, there is no school that day. Students will be home, and our teachers will be in professional development for the day. On October 1st, we'll have our first virtual potluck. So, apparently we're all going to make food for each other and just sit and eat it together over Zoom or something. But, what we do at Snowy Peaks as tradition is we hold a potluck instead of parent-teacher conferences where we feel that the symbolic gesture of sharing a meal together is really important. So we'll have to find a fun way to do that virtually. And then on October 14th, our 12th graders will be taking the SAT. They lost their SAT testing day in the spring due to COVID. So we will be testing them on October 14th. And our 11th graders will have the opportunity to take their PSAT on October 14th. That is a Wednesday. We'll be testing here in the physical building at Snowy Peaks. That event is optional, but it is highly recommended for all of our students. And then on October 20th, we'll be wrapping up our first quarter already. My goodness, this year is going fast. And, we'll be sending out report cards to you guys shortly thereafter. Okay, so let's talk more about that Snowy Peaks Challenge hike. So it is an incredible opportunity for us to get together and do something difficult together. One of our touchstones is nature, and the others are character and community. And this activity really encourages participation and proficiency in all 3 of those areas. So some details that you want to know is we will be pulling out of the school promptly at 8:15. We'll have a big yellow bus, maybe a couple of white buses that we can transport kids in. But if you want to, you can certainly meet at the trailhead. And often we have a lot of families who want to join us on this hike. We have parents who want to join us on this hike. So if you want to drive your child there and in your own car and park there, that is totally fine. If your child is a driver and wants to drive up there, that's totally fine as well. And so the students who need transportation from school will need to be here by 8:15. Again, this will be at Quandary Mountain and Blue River. And what we talk about with our students is challenge by choice, right? Like challenge yourself, but it is challenge by choice. The expectation, though, is that all participants in this hike are going to make forward progress until we're done with the hike. And so, what we don't want to have happen is students go up and then they just go up and kind of take a seat and hang out. So the goal really is to challenge ourselves. How far can we make it regardless of our pace? So we'll talk more about that with our students, but please encourage them to realize that this is about making progress on a hike. All right, families are welcome to join, as I mentioned earlier, so we would love to see you join us on this hike. So on that day, September 24th, 1 week from today, please make sure that you send your student to school prepared. They're going to want to eat a good breakfast. We will be providing lots of snacks, and we can provide them with a school lunch, I believe, that day. We'll have Cliff Bars and water bottles and all kinds of stuff, but it's really important that they come to school well fed that day, and they should eat a good dinner the night before as well. Appropriate footwear with socks, a light jacket or layers. It'll be really, it'll probably be in the 30s when we start, and it'll be cold, and then it'll be t-shirt weather shortly thereafter, and then we'll get kind of up towards the top, and we'll want jackets again. So, that's important to bring layers and a light jacket, and then a backpack and water bottle. They're going to want to carry some things with them as they go up, or be able to peel those layers and put them somewhere. And then really important, if your child needs any medication, if they have an inhaler or an EpiPen or whatever it might be that they could possibly need, please make sure that your child brings that with them. All right, we talked about this already. So on October 14th, we will be testing the SAT and PSAT here at school, and that is a Wednesday. School announcements. So we have a revised bell schedule. Not too much has changed here, but what happened was our afternoon transportation, the buses started picking up a little earlier than they were previously. So the school buses are now picking up in front of Snowy Peaks at 3:00. So we're ending the school day now at 3:00. And so we extended some time in other classes to make up for it, but all students will be dismissed by 3:00. On days that they're in person. And then the other big change here we talked about in my other video about Wednesdays, so please refer to that other video. But these are WIN sessions, and that's an acronym for What I Need, and those will be office hours with teachers and on-demand learning. Every Wednesday, students will have a Be Legendary remote assignment or two to complete as well. So please remind your student to make sure that they do that. And then Wednesday afternoon, students can participate in group experiential learning with the school, or they can do it on their own. Talked about this just a minute ago, but WIN on Wednesdays, those What I Need sessions are going to require us to do some progress monitoring, and we want to make sure that we communicate that with you, our families. So you'll get a text message that'll say, hey, your child's in the green. Green means good to go. They're in the yellow, which means they have one class below a 2.0. So we want to slow down and pay attention to that class and make sure that we get that grade up. Or your student, hopefully not, will be, they'll earn a red designation, and that means they have two or more classes below a 2.0, and we really need to stop, ask for help, and address the issue. Jen, our counselor, is scheduling junior and senior conferences about graduation plans and their ICAP and their post-secondary plans of what they want to do after high school. So, be aware that she's holding those conferences, and we'll likely be wrapping you, our parents, into those conversations. Jen asked me to post this. We are in need of community service opportunities. Because of COVID, there aren't too many organizations around the county who will use our support. So if you have any ideas of how we can best serve our community and give back to Summit County or to our families, please reach out to us and let us know if there's anything that we can be doing for you guys or for people you know. Thank you. Other announcements. Here we go. Childcare. So Summit School District has sent out a link for childcare, a childcare survey. What we know is the initial feedback we got before school started may not be accurate. That our needs have likely changed since then. So they want to get an updated, accurate information about childcare. Please remember to do that. That survey is going to close September 30th. I was told that there will be a reminder sent out on Monday about that survey. Okay, free COVID testing. You should have gotten district communication about this yesterday, but there is free COVID testing if you call this, and if you have any symptoms, that's good enough to get a free COVID test. So you don't need a doctor's note, and we recommend going to the site at the end of School Road because they have consistently produced test results within 24 hours. However, there are mobile clinics all over the county and different other areas to be tested, but we have seen the fastest turnaround here at the end of School Road, right in front of the school. Okay, just a reminder about what to do here. If your child starts showing symptoms while you're at home, please stay home. Make sure that you call Brenda and report the symptoms. We want you to go get a COVID test. And if that COVID test comes back negative, or symptoms do not improve in 24 hours, please make sure you see a doctor. We'll need a doctor's note basically saying, hey, this isn't COVID, but it's something else, for you to come back to school. Okay. And if your child has symptoms at school, that's going to end in the same way. But what we'll be doing is we'll promptly separate your child from others. They'll be taken to an isolation area to avoid any transmission. And then parents are going to be called to pick up the student, and the student will be sent home right then. So we really appreciate you guys being agreeable in those circumstances and really accommodating to our needs. That's about all I have. Thank you so much for being part of the Yeti family. There's my contact information again. We welcome your feedback. Let us know how we're doing this year. And know that we are committed to making this year, no matter what the circumstances are, the absolute best year of your child's school career. And so I think we're doing a pretty good job this year, but we need your feedback to make sure that we do it better. Okay. Oh my goodness, I forgot a slide. PTSO. If you have not filled out that PTSO survey, please do that so that we can gather a really good time that everybody can meet. And I was going to post our first meeting date for that in this slideshow, but I just want to make sure that I have it accurate. So you'll receive some communication about that here soon. That's all I have for you. Thanks, Yetis. Go forth, be awesome, and we'll talk to you soon.